Frostborn. This is our portal run, 1900 to 1950. And after that terrible season, season 6, we had time to actually do some portals. So we're going to start off here with Druid Halls. Druid Halls isn't a bad map, honestly. I personally like the map. You probably wouldn't expect me to like the map because of how often I die right here. But I actually do. It's not a difficult map. When I'm playing by myself, I'm a lot safer, but whenever I'm with teammates, I assume they're going to do the same thing I'm doing, and I usually stay in the fight longer than I should. But anyways, starting off with this map, it's not... You don't have to take out those first 2 mobs. You obviously need to take out the giant, but the first 2 mobs at the top right there, you can get by without attacking them. I feel that we just decided to kill them in case we accidentally bumped them and pulled more than we could handle. It just made it safer for us. And after seeing me die there, you can tell that was probably a good idea to do that. So alrighty, right here, you'll want to pull each of these moving mobs one by one. Take them out here. The giants you always have to be careful with. Oh, sorry. So the giants you want to be careful with. Their ability just totally one-shots you, and it can block your path for a few seconds. It can honestly be quite annoying if you're dealing with a lot of enemies at once. You always want to take care of those one-on-one. So here's yet another example of me being an all-in player, assuming that my teammates would stay there with me, killing that mob there. We'd have killed it if we were all hitting it, but they definitely made the wiser decision to back off. But that's just my personality as a player, just staying in and finishing it, which it's a bad habit for PvE, honestly. PvP, it's pretty good for PvP, but PvE, it can get you killed. And I'm not a PvE player, so it's always great to have good communication with your teammates whenever you're doing these portals. We're usually mic'd up whenever we're playing them. As you see, Latherus just mentioned to KO that he needed to make sure he kept his stacks. It's always good to look out for your teammates. There's several times every map where we mention stacks, we mention staff checks, weapon checks, just to make sure that we don't lose anything unnecessarily. And I'm not saying that we don't lose weapons, but it definitely helps just putting in the team effort and everybody working together to keep those resources and not lose any items you're going to need in the future. With this boss, I've noticed it's just easiest to have one person leading around the boss, Hawkdire, and the other two just blasting away, or three, or whoever else if it's a duo. It just seems easier to do it that way. You never really want to stop with this guy, because if he drops his stun circle on you, you're kind of just... You're going to be hurting pretty bad unless you have a dispel. Now we have the Ye Old Archive. Personally, I hate Old Archive. I do not think you should do Old Archive. It just has too much risk for the reward. As you've seen, it just offered us 14 points if we'd win and minus 16 if we lose. So the risk versus reward isn't really there. Sure, all the mobs, they're easier to kill. They've got lower health. But at the same time, they hit really hard. And you don't see a lot of their abilities coming. We'll have a couple downs during this map, and all of them are to the ranged mobs, so the Fire Mage ones. They have a really wide ability, wider than the actual Fire Mage, and it just one-shots you. It's quick, you don't see it coming. If they're behind a wall, you don't see it coming. We'll go down several times just because of that one ability. And that ability is probably the main reason I hate the map. Here's your first example. You really won't even see it coming. I know it's in 2 times, but there, bam. He's already hit, he's already down. There's nothing he can do about it. It's just too quick. You know, it's a quick ability, and it's got a wide area, so... Now, being downed in Old Archive isn't a big deal until it actually does become a big deal. I have total confidence that my teammates are able to kill a single mob, a ranged mob. What I didn't expect, though, being in this map, is that the mobs would stay focused on you even after you were downed. Like with players, you usually lose focus on a player after you've downed them. It's not the same as you just seen with that mob there. It actually almost took me out. Luckily, my teammates jumped in front of me and took some damage. Here's just another example of that fire type mob. I did slow the video down to 1 time, so this is actual time, how quick it just got him. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just too quick. The mobs hit so hard at this level. They're just gonna kill you. Poor Lazarus. He did end up doing a solo match in order to catch up to us, so no worries with that. But yeah, they shoot too quick. Their ability just goes off and it hits somebody. And if it doesn't hit anybody, I'm surprised. So it ends up me and KO have to duo this boss, which isn't a big deal because, like I said, this boss is fairly easy as long as you have somebody running around and somebody dealing damage. Since I do have a lot of runes at Fire Mage 4, I hit like I'm 1.5 people almost. So it's not that difficult for us to take out this boss. Forest Crypt. Forest Crypt is one of my more favorite maps. It's not very difficult. The mobs don't have any special abilities. You can avoid a lot of the giants and just reset them. It's really the best map in my opinion to play. This right here is one of the best parts about this map. So one of our teammates are going to be sitting in a corner, and the other is going to aggro these giants. He's going to lead these giants up around, lose aggro on them, run them into a stun, while the other teammate unlocks the door. So we just avoided having to do 24,000 damage to 2 stone giants, and it didn't cost us anything really. The boss is why this is probably my favorite map, besides being able to avoid those 2 giants earlier. All you need is bullets for this guy. Just keep it in sync with your teammates. You know, I'll bulla, you'll bulla, the next guy will bulla, and you won't have to take a single hit from him. He's honestly the easiest one to take care of. He does have a lot of health, and his defense is up there, so he takes a little bit of time, but he's by far the easiest. So there you have it, guys, our 1900 to 1950 run. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in future videos. Take care.